Hola headphone addicts! Welcome to my channel where I offer my unfiltered no BS thoughts and opinions on audio tech from a hobbyist consumer level perspective. You won't find overhyped, sellout product pushing, or waste of time fancy editing here. Alright monkey nipples. I promised you guys a video comparing the Jaybird X4s with the Jaybird Tarah Pros. Right, so here we is, and we're going to knock this out. I'm not going to go through my usual spiel because they both have a standalone video that you can watch and get what you need, right? But I'm just going to go through a quick comparison and maybe help you, guide you. Definitely, if you have any questions, join the Facebook group, Headphone Addicts, search for that, or it'll be in the description below. I put up updates, pictures, and all that good stuff. So anyways, let's get it. So I'm going to start off with the X4s. These guys cost I guess I am going to go through my usual deal. Alright, whatever. I'm going through my usual deal now. So X4s cost 130 bucks. I would personally like to see them at 115 because of their age. I know they're going to be updated here soon. They come in black and gray. And then I guess if you care about the tips, I lift that off so you can see the colors. They have like jade and yellow and blue. I think the blue is kind of sharp. So with the Tarah Pros, I'm sorry for the shaking table. It's not me, it's you guys. It's the same thing. They come in this I don't know, this nylon cord, black with dots, whatever. And the buds here are black, and then you can get them in gray, and then the real color choices, right, are the cool little deals that go in your ear. I'm off camera again, damn it. I just can't stay on camera, guys. The color, the yellow, the blue, and the jade, and I think those are finally out. They weren't out when I made the video for the Tarah Pros, but they are now available for purchase. So I would like to see the Tarah Pros down around 145. I think that'd be a good price, 150, but that's so close to what they're selling at now. That goes to show you just how well these guys compete in that price range, right? So if you watch any of my other videos, you know that I complain about price, but the fact that I'm only trying to take off 10 bucks should let you know how I feel about the price. Like that's not a lot, and I would easily pay the $10 more. So whatever. I'm not too concerned about the price because of the fact that I feel like they compete well in that price range. So they look and feel, guys. They look sporty. I think the X4s look sharp. They were definitely one of the better ones when they first came out. They are getting long in the tooth, so they are due for an update, and I suspect 2019 will bring us some cool updates. The Tarah Pros are a lot newer. They got the nylon cord. They feel more premium because of that. The remote feels nicer because of the rubber. Look, let me show you the guys. The remote's kind of neck and neck. So this is the X4, and you got, it is waterproof, but that's more waterproof, right? Like, it doesn't have the cracks, and this is just all rubber with like little bumps. This actually has like buttons you press in and out. So I don't know, I prefer the rubberized texture on the Tarah Pros, but that's tit for tat. It's not a big deal. They both have nice remotes, so I can't really complain. In fact, I think maybe the X4 is a little lighter. That might be a good thing, because you don't want this stupid thing slapping you in the face while you're running, right? So I don't know, I didn't really have a problem with it. I have a beard, so that kind of cushions the blow. I don't get knocked out. So they do well for sports, all sorts of sports, guys. I do jump ropes, I do box jumps, I do burpees, I do all that good stuff, and they did not fall out. They feel very secure. The X4s have the cushion, the little cush tips, the comply tips, and there's a lot of people that prefer that, which is great. They do well. The thing I don't like about the comply tips, though, is that you finally got it in, right? You squeezed it, you crushed it, and then you stuck it in your ear, and you waited the 25 minutes for it to expand right into your ear so you get that perfect fit. That's cool, all right? That's great, and it's going to stay there. However, then some jerk ass in the gym comes up and is like, hey, you want to talk? I'm like, no, dude, I'm trying to work out. But then I got to take it out of my ear, and then I got to go through the whole fucking procedure over again. So that's one thing that I don't like about the comply tips. With the Jaybird Tarah Pros, these guys with the rubber tips, it's all in one, and they go in your ear, and they make a good seal, and it's easy to pop them on and off, no big deal. So I like the convenience of that and the fact that they make a good seal. The rubberized tips on the X4s do not, man. I could not get a good seal to save my life. Like literally, if you had a gun to my head, I'd be like, just pull the trigger, bro, because it ain't gonna happen, you know. So I like the pros, the Tarah Pros better for fit, but the X4s are no slouch. And like I said, a lot of people, can you guys hear that train in the background? Fucking train, right? While I'm doing this video, I'm not gonna edit that out. A lot of people prefer the cushion, the comply tips, so I would say try the Tarah Pros, man. I really like that design and that style. Unlike the Bose back here, you see how they kind of look the same? And you guys hear that train? Fuck that train. They have the same tip, but these actually go in a little further, creating a seal, whereas the Bose just kind of sit right outside your ear, you know. So obviously the comply tips are going to give you a better sound isolation, so you won't hear that goddamn train. So that's kind of my thoughts on the fit. Sound, guys, sound with these guys is going to be really close. They're neck and neck in highs, mids, and lows. You do have the app, which I will show you now. I'm really tempted to restart this video because of that stupid train. So, alright, so you got the EQ here. This is my personalized EQ. With the Tarah Pros, they go through a procedure where you do a little test and it spits out what it thinks is best for your ear, which it got really close. I kind of like the sound that it gave me, but I went in there and I customized it, and I actually got a little bit like almost night and day, right? I'm like, yeah, this is good, and I just kind of kept tweaking, and all of a sudden I was like, whoa, this is really nice. So it gets you to the ballpark, and then you kind of have to do the rest of the work on your own. With the X4s, you're just kind of left on your own, right? So you kind of go in here, and you can pick, like, there's a million of them you can just pick pre-made, but you can go in here and then you can customize it to whatever you want. You can turn up the levels, the highs, the mids, the lows. You can just get crazy with the bass. Look at that, look at that bass, right? So you can get all sorts of fancy with it, or you can just turn everything up, right? Just smash your ears with all sorts of sound. But I think it's more, you know, I would have never have guessed that's what my EQ looks like. Never. Like, I would have never, well, I need this little goddamn train. You know what? I'm going to pause the video and I'll restart after this train, but I'm not going to refilm this shit. Alright guys, I think it's gone. Let me fix the camera here. Alright. Sorry about that. Stupid train. Alright, so with the X4s, you can do the same. You can do the same EQing. It doesn't have that software that gives you your personalized EQ. And like I said, I would have never in a million years guessed that would be like what my ears pick up, right? That my EQ would look like that. So it's worth having that little software deal. It works really well. It's I compared it to my Neurophones, which do it automatically, and it's really close, guys. Obviously the Neurophones can produce more sound, which brings me into the fact that when we're talking about sound with the Jaybirds, you're really talking about the driver's capability, because the Tarahs themselves, not the Pro, the regular Tarahs, they have the same EQing, right? So you would think, oh, well, I'll just EQ it and it'll sound the same as the Tarah Pros or the X4s, and that's not the case, because the drivers on these guys, we're really talking about the ability for the drivers to. There's that goddamn train again. Oh my god, this train's killing me. Alright, so we're talking about the ability for the driver to produce sound when we're talking about Jaybirds. And I think the drivers on the there's that train. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to quit this video. I will persist. The drivers on the Tarah Pros and the X4s are really, really close. They're neck and neck. I think the bass is smoother on the Tarah Pros, but it's punchier on the X4s. I think the X4s get a little louder in volume, just a smidgen, if only because of the comply tips, or maybe, I don't know, just maybe a decibel more, guys. So again, we're talking about neck and neck. You know, I really can't knock either one of them. Like, I wouldn't be able to say, oh, I'll get the X4s because they sound better. They might sound a little better to you if you like punchier bass, or if you like that smoother bass. I go with the Tarah Pros. Now, they both have a good reach in their bass. They're just not anemic in any, you know, the highs, mids, or lows. They're not anemic in it. Like, they're able to reproduce those areas of sound well, you know, especially if you EQ it. So I can't really complain in either one, and I would not pick them because of sound or even volume, because they both do very well. They both have about the same sound stage. Now, I will say with the X4s, on their website, they claim they have AACs. For you iPhone users, you might be able to get a nicer soundstage because you have AAC. But you do have Bluetooth 4.1. Whereas the Tarah Pros, they give you Bluetooth 5.0, but then they just turn around and screwed us on any codec. So they're advertising SBC. So I don't have a punk ass iPhone, but I do have one on the way. I finally decided to get an iPhone so that I can test more buds for you guys with Android and iPhone. So that's what I will do for y'all. Audiobooks with both of them are good. I wouldn't complain either one. I think maybe the Jaybird Tarah Pros would be a little bit more comfortable because they don't go in your ear and you don't have that comply tip. And for those of you that are able to get a good seal with the rubber on the X4s, good for you, man. I can't do it. Call quality, you're going to have good call quality on both of them. I would not complain. You can get through a call. If you're doing business phone calls, don't do it on your buds, guys. Come on now, you know. Sound leak, you're not going to get much sound leak. I wouldn't worry about it. Audio lag's going to be it's going to be more noticeable. Now there's a police car. There's a cop car chasing the goddamn train. Oh my god. All right. So with the X4s, what is it? Oh yeah, the X4s, you're gonna notice a little more lag because of the Bluetooth 4.1, but it's pretty solid. I didn't have any trouble. It's definitely not a thing. Like, it's not a problem. It's not a known problem for the X4s to have audio lag. You should be fine. If not, you know, take off your buds, buy headphones. I'm a headphone guy. Audio lag is going to be a little better on the Tarah Pros. Dropouts. I did not notice any dropouts with either one, guys. They both have solid connection. I think the Bluetooth 5.0 will help with that if you're in an area where it causes a lot of dropouts. You know, like, dropouts is like when you're running and then, like, the music stops for a second and comes back on. That's a dropout, for those of you not in the know. I already covered codecs. App, I already covered that. Some of the, you know, one of the best apps, if not the best app in the game. You got, they both have IPX7, so, you know, I'm not going to dunk them in water, guys. I bought this shit. I don't get it for free, so screw that. But they should be waterproof. Now, I see a lot of reviewers that like dunk it in water, and, you know, well, that's cool for you. I don't get my shit free. I buy it, so I use it. But it should be waterproof, and if it's not, you'll see an update in the Facebook group. 14-hour battery life on the Tarah Pros, 8-hour battery life on the X4s. That's about right. I haven't had any problems. There's another cop car. Man, the San Antonio is alive tonight, guys. So I should get a like just for persisting through this damn video and not giving up. Other than that, towards the end of my videos, I like to say, you know, like, what would I rather have in the price range? And I think there's something down the street. I think the cop car stopped down the street. For me, I would rather have the Tarah Pros over the X4s, but I wouldn't complain having the X4s. If I only had enough money for the X4s, I'd probably save a little money and get the X3s. But if I had the money and the money was no object, I would grab the Tarah Pros. I think the nylon cord is nicer. I think the fit is more comfortable. I like the magnetic necklace deal, you know, even though like the cheapest Amazon Chinese buds have that and had that for like years now. I remember a Tautronic one that I had that. So for them to add that and be like, look at this cool feature, it's like you really should have put that on a long time ago. Another cool thing about the Tarah Pros is you can do the switch fit. So you see how I just switched the bud. Now I can go over your ear and makes the fit just that much more stable, and I really like that because it really takes up a lot of the extra slack, and there's not, you know, on the back of your neck, you're not slapping the back of your neck. Although while you're working out, you really shouldn't worry about that, right? Like when you're doing a hard workout, you kind of forget either way. I've had really good workouts with my X2s, my X3s, and my X4s, so I've had no problems with that. It's just nice, right? It's just more convenience, and it's only $30 more. Alright guys, so like and subscribe or go fuck yourselves. I'll catch you on the next video.